Folks, I used to be the most passionate, extreme composter you ever met in my whole town. I mean, I was composting everything. Poop, animal carcasses, whatever organic matter I could get my hands on, I would compost it. But I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore, and I don't think I'll ever do it again. So one of the big reasons I'm not composting anymore is because it takes super long, and I don't have the patience for it because I can expedite processes. So there's two main things that I was composting and I'm not anymore. So the first thing was kitchen scraps. No, they're going to these chickens and they're going to the pigs. So I don't need to, because I'm putting it through an animal, and then that poop is going to be going into the leaf litter. Okay. Technically, I'm kind of composting, but really, I'm just using carbon leaves to manage excess poop from the pigs and from the chickens. So technically, it's kind of like composting, but I'm just going to run a quick definition so that things are clear. Composting is when you put your waste into a specific area and create an environment for it to break down so that you can use it and put it on your vegetables. So at some point, yes, I will shovel out the compost out of this chicken house and I will use it for vegetable production. However, I'm not really in a hurry to do that because I'm already getting something back out of this system. So I'm throwing kitchen scraps, I'm getting eggs out of it. That's pretty sweet. In fact, that's way better than any other use of those kitchen scraps. Chickens are wanting to get out. Not right now, you'll get eaten by a hawk. So, with this first part, the conclusion here is instead of throwing vegetable matter from the kitchen scraps or whatever straight into my compost pile, now I'm running it through animals. So I'm feeding it to animals and getting a return, eggs or meat, much more quickly and much more efficiently. Because I could feed compost to the animals, but that wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't be efficient. All right, now let's talk about the uncomfortable topic nobody likes to talk about. That's human poop. Man, I used to compost human poop, and I thought I was the coolest guy in town because I was taking this waste, turning it into compost. But the problem with that was, in order to do it safely, you really ought to wait like a year and let it break down over the course of a year to make sure all those microbes all the bad microbes are going to be dead by the time you use it for your vegetables and growing your plants. That's a long time, and it gets kind of boring after a while because you're not having this return quickly. However, as you can see, this papaya right here, dug a hole, put the poop and leaves in a hole, plant the papaya on top of it, and now I'm getting a return very quickly. This plant is growing, and that's very exciting to me. And so before the end of the year, I'm going to be getting fruit from the poop rather than waiting an entire year just to be able to use it to then grow a plant that would produce in 3 months or whatever. So that's why I'm not composting poop anymore. I can put leaves and poop and urine and whatever other organic material into a hole, grow something on top of it, and I'm getting a return much more quickly. Makes sense, right? So the other thing that kind of frustrated me with composting is you have to move it around. And so I gotta compost it here, make sure it's ready to go, and I gotta put it in a wheelbarrow, pull it over here, yada yada. It was just a real pain in the neck. So now the way I'm thinking about stuff is, can I get the fertility where I want it, when I want it? It's a lot easier to do that than to have it in one place for a time. Bring it there, bring it here, move it all around. Doesn't make sense. So I'm putting the fertility that I have right where I need it, and I can use it almost immediately. The other thing is, with that method of using things in place right away, is I'm giving soil fertility a boost right then. I don't have to wait months until it's ready. And so like over here, I've got my chicken tractor, need to get some chickens for it, but that's gonna be adding fertility straight to the soil. And then I can be planting straight into the soil right away. And this soil isn't very good. Like, look at that. That's just sand. But you see this large section of the garden? The only difference between that and the smaller, weaker looking areas is I had quail there for a little while. So why wouldn't I just run a chicken tractor and start planting behind it? That's what makes sense to me. And then I could be planting a much larger area, because look, that's a pretty small area. Makes sense to me. So with the goal of this channel being to share ways that I'm producing food in my own backyard, I want to make it more quickly and more available to you. So these are just methods you can try. Do they work in your context? They're working in my context, and that's why I'm doing them. And so I want to share this knowledge with you, because the fact of the matter is food's getting more expensive each time you go to the grocery store. Except for eggs. They were at like $3 and they went down a little bit at Aldi. But I'm still coming out in the green with my chickens. So I'm happy with that. But the quality of the food you're going to produce in your own backyard is going to be much superior to the quality of food that you can find at any store. I mean, locally grown, organic, no herbicide, pesticides. What more could you ask for? So I had a guy comment on a video the other day saying he took some of my methods, made a guerrilla garden, and he's already getting peppers from it. That makes me so happy. Like, no joke. If you're watching, I'm really proud of you, and I'm just like stoked that somebody did it. Especially where I was doing it and then mine got bulldozed. He made a wiser decision, or had a better opportunity for a place to grow, and is getting peppers from it. That's pretty sweet. So in conclusion, I'm putting this information out so that you can use it as you please, as it applies. These are concepts for you to apply. But it was something that I just thought was really funny. I noticed I'm not making compost anymore because I got animals. And one thing I gotta realize is I'm an animal and I'm a part of the system. From a scientific, biological perspective, you know, I'm very similar to a pig actually. But as far as my gut goes, so they're gonna be eating a lot of stuff I eat. You know, whatever leftovers go straight to them. And to me, this makes sense. And if you don't have animals, just bury it in the ground. Your kitchen scraps, dig a hole, throw stuff into it until it fills up, bury it over, grow your food there. That's a way faster utilization of your waste resource. Is that an oxymoron? Anyway, of your waste resource than composting and waiting for it to turn to the perfect thing. And I didn't realize this until I was talking to my parents. They have a compost pile and they were wanting to grow something. They're like, what do you think about growing this? And how would you grow this? And I was like, actually, you could just take whatever's in your compost pile and do one of these pits and then grow the thing that you wanted to grow. And they're like, maybe we'll do that. So, Mom, Dad, you should do that. It'd be fun. So anyway, go out, grow something. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you are inspired to grow some food. Food is good, and then eat it. Have a great day, guys. Bye.